In case you haven't been paying attention or distracted by mainstream media, there has been a corporate capture of our American government. What this means is working people are being left behind. Joe Biden, Trump, Obama, Bush, they all work for the same people. It's not a prediction, it's not a guess, it's reality. It's established. That's what it is. What you are seeing in America today is not normal. 1 out of 4 children living in poverty is not normal. 40 million people are food insecure. That's a euphemism. They're hungry. That's not normal. 500,000 people going bankrupt every year for medical expenses before the pandemic is very much not normal. 26,000 people die every year from not having health insurance. That's not normal. We have 4% of the world's population and 20% of the world's COVID deaths. Prison slavery. It's the new Gilded Age today. 80% of workers live paycheck to paycheck. Income inequality, it's unspeakable, okay? They have Oxfam study that's out. It's 8 people, 6 of them Americans. They own more wealth than the bottom half of the entire planet. That's 8 people. Think about that. It's insane, okay? Not to mention the student debt crisis, housing crisis, homelessness. 40 people of people with jobs are homeless. 40%. For $20 billion, we could end homelessness. There was 2 years ago or 3 years ago, they were talking about cutting the military debt by $200 billion because we spent at the height of the Iraq war was $550 billion. We've increased it. We're on our way to $1 trillion a year in military budget. And you saw what just happened in Afghanistan and what that was all about. So don't even get me started on infrastructure and the environment. That's a whole nother, off our first video, you could see what's going on with the environment. And actually, that's really the dead end road right there, is why we have to turn all this around, why we have to unite all the people, because they're not going to do it on their own. Biden just opened up more pipes to put underneath America for fracking when he said that he wouldn't. They pay lip service, and then they do the exact opposite as soon as you turn away. We're living in a rapacious oligarchy who legislates against its own citizens. This is what they do time and time again. If you paid attention, this is what it is. A Princeton study came out years ago that said that we are no longer living in a democracy. We have trillions of dollars that we spend at Wall Street. We have trillions of dollars that we throw at the military. And to fight wars in other countries for a democracy that we don't even have. Think about that. So again, there's a lot of programs that say all this, and then they tell you to organize. So that's exactly what we're doing with this show, L.I.O.N Podcast. We are trying to organize a grassroots movement of people, however big it may be, whatever we can do. We're trying to get people together so we could put the pressure on these political leaders. It's not right. It's not left. It doesn't matter if they have a red hat or blue hat. There's nothing being done for the working people. And mind you, all those wars that we're fighting overseas and even bombing places that we're not even in conflict with anybody over, like Somalia right now, that has nothing to do with all the things that I just talked about. It has nothing to do with it. Helping the working people, fighting those wars has nothing to do with helping us. So again, I'm just asking for your help. MLK did the civil rights movement. He couldn't have done that without all those unsung heroes behind him. He had millions of people before social media behind him, and they got things done. Same thing with FDR. He did the New Deal. He couldn't have done it without millions of people behind him. He didn't just wake up out of bed and say, I'm going to do Med for All or not med for all, Social Security, unemployment. He didn't just wake up and do that. The 15 million government jobs, the whole New Deal. He didn't wake up and just say he was going to do that. He had millions of people pushing him to do that. And that's what we have to do. Now's our time. So it's a different day today. It's dark times, and we have to wake up to this reality. There's, like I said, you look around and you see everybody starving and the suffering, universal class suffering. It's not normal. This is not normal times. So, again, this is what we're going to do. It's our time now. Please help us out. Subscribe if you can. If not, I understand. Maybe you'll join us another day. Maybe you'll go subscribe to another program that's doing something similar. But this is what it's about. They're all lying to us. It's a corporate capture of our government. It's not anything new. It's known now. They're beholden to the donors, and they got to do whatever they can to serve them. So it's up to us now to put the pressure on them, and it can be done. Like I just described, it's been done in the past, and it can be done now. So, thank you. See you next week.